Bye bye bye.
Third and fourth episode of Queendom Puzzle has come out, and in these episodes, the contestants competed in a series of remix battles. Their performances were ranked in the show, but I'd like to rank them as well. First up, at last place for me, unfortunately, was the Shutdown performance. This group was also ranked last by Mnet in the show. The girls in this group were doing something that seemed very well within their comfort zone and wheelhouse. I didn't really know why they earned the bottom spot necessarily, according to the show, but I feel like I don't know anything more about these girls than I did going into the performance. There were no issues that I felt were huge or glaring, but I thought they were a little breathy at times for what should be within their comfort zone. My one exception to this was when I was pretty impressed with Phi, seeing her like dance and run upstairs and then sing a really strong note. Overall, it was my least favorite of all the performances, but by no means did I feel like it was bad. I just felt like it wasn't giving me anything impressive, unique, or deeply informative about any of the contestants. For me, the next ranked performance would be the Don't Call Me performance. I will admit I was worried for them. I don't think singing SHINee songs or singing Taemin vocals does many people very many favors. This is another difficult one. They pulled it off really cleanly, and I was impressed with the dancing, especially from Miru, even though it seemed like she stopped singing somewhere in there. It's one of those things where I was impressed by the performance, but it didn't immediately feel like they belonged at the top of the list on my first watch. I think they should definitely feel proud of this. I think it was enjoyable and fun, but I don't think it outshone some of the other strong performances. Honestly, it's about equal in my eyes with the next up in the list, but it was only edged out ever so slightly. My overall impression was that it was clear that all of these performers are experienced and good at what they do, but for me, no one really shined or made me particularly deeply impressed. Next up, we have Dance the Night Away. I was really shocked to see Bora popping that bubble and doing this concept. I don't think of her as a dancer, and I didn't really like it when she used like a cutesy voice when she came out the second time. I think this song was cute and sweet, but it didn't blow me out of the park or anything. It was fun, and I like this song, but at no point was I blown away by anyone. I think it was a strong, even performance in a sea of strong performances. I do think a lot of the girls were showing versatility with this stage that will help them in the future of the competition, though. Like Bora showing her dancing capabilities. This is a fun song, but not one that leaves a lot of room for wow factor. I think it's more of an exercise in proving one's versatility more than showing independent star factor. None of the girls outshined each other, but that also left it lacking some sparkle. Next up, I have the number one rated performance on the show, rated number 3. I think the concept for this stage was pretty cool in general, but Nude is not my favorite concept for a song anyway, so I have that bias walking into it. Dohwa definitely stood out for me in this performance in a big way. I was also kind of unsurprised. She visually stands out a lot compared to the other girls. She's got so much more experience than them. I was also really impressed with Soojin's vocal moments. Overall, I think it was a solid performance, and it really made Dohwa and Soojin stand out. They really did not count Soeun as a top competitor in her individual performance, and I told you she'd be shining later on. This is the kind of thing I mean where contestants may get discounted early on and then take it to another place and shine brighter later on in the series. Next up, I put in second place BSS Fighting, which is the same as on the show. So that was a pleasant surprise because I ranked these all before I saw the ranking on the show. I just based it off the performances themselves. This song is a really good choice in my opinion. It's super fun and high energy and gives the girls a lot of room to show their personalities. This was a good chance for some of the girls who didn't have very strong solo stages to get a little redemption because it went off without a hitch. Jooe and Elly were the standouts in this performance for me because of their vocals, but I think all of the rappers also did a really good job. I don't feel like any one girl was carrying the performance compared to the others, but I definitely think the girls each individually got their little moments to shine. This would have definitely been the strongest performance in my eyes if the top one didn't literally give me goosebumps. I feel like a lot of the girls got a moment to show themselves and their talents in a significant, impressive way. This would have 100% been my favorite if only one didn't just tick all my personal boxes. Number 1, I have only one. She ranked kind of low in the show, but you know what? It's a comically difficult song to pull off. BoA is an insane performer, and I was shocked to see anyone attempting this at all. But also, impressed. Kay gave me goosebumps repeatedly throughout this song. Maybe I have a soft spot for BoA. Maybe I have a soft spot for this concept. But I was touched. Unfortunately, Soeun was not as strong a vocalist as Kay, and it did show at times. But their dancing was really impressive and in sync, and it looked great. I think Kay is going to repeatedly mop the floor with the other competitors, and sometimes I think people will look not as good when they're standing next to her. I did love seeing the girls dance together, and I think the way they were linked was like super sweet. It was definitely my favorite performance, but it also made me want to see Kay as a soloist more than in a group setting, which is not a good thing, because the last time I said that, it was with Huey. He did not make it into the final group. Sometimes there was a feeling for me that it wasn't technically perfect, because it wasn't. But there was no hiding behind other members in this performance. It was highly technical and left little room for error. So when you saw issues, you saw issues. That kind of thing that was more impressive to me, and I really want to see these girls go for it, not be afraid to trip up a little, and get stronger from the experience. Overall, that's my ranking and reactions to the episode 3 and 4 performances from Queendom Puzzle. I'm excited to see what comes next week. They said it was the semifinals, so interesting. I don't think that it seems like there's not going to be a lot of episodes to this, but I guess Queendom doesn't usually have a lot of episodes. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens. And I'm excited to see who people's final picks are, because I know in my heart who I've decided I want to see more of. I hope you have too. I will definitely be posting reactions or maybe even rankings to the upcoming performances. So please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my thoughts and feelings on Queendom Puzzle. I'll also probably be doing other reactions and reviews of upcoming K-pop survival shows. Thanks for watching.